Sorry guys, I'd like to start off with some apologies for my crappy intro, for some background noises that definitely will be there, since I do not have a professional mic or anything. And third of all, I'm sorry if I'm being awkward in this video. This is the first time I'm filming anything in my life, so forgive me please. Anyway, in this video I will be teaching you how to do a background blur like I do on my Instagram account, Odette Wolfhard. What I do for my background blurs, it's not exactly very hard. You will master it maybe within like a few tries, or maybe even the first try. Anyway, you would have to go to select your fast selection tool. Then you drag over your sim. Doesn't have to be perfect yet. There. There's a few flaws, but that's okay for now. Anyway, right now you go to select and mask up here. And here you will see like a really reddish shade. I did lower my opacity because I do not like the whole very red color. Hurts my eyes a little, so just pick a opacity of your liking. Next we are going to the side here. You will click on the third option and then you will just pick a size. Can be big, can be small. I suggest big for now. And let's see, just test out on like a blank space that's not been selected yet if it turns red or not. Right now it turns red. Just zoom in and just trace really slowly around your sim. You should be selecting your background, not the sim itself. Don't worry about the fact when you go over the lines here. I even recommend it since it's easier, and I'll show you why later. Okay, now that we've done that, you will click here on the upper left corner on the plus one, and then you will delete the little red spots you created, and that will just create like a little more fine edge against your sim, so that way the blur will be more natural in my opinion. I do sometimes still go over the line here, but you can easily tune that if that's the right English word. Also, before I go any further, I am Dutch, so English isn't my mother language. So if I make some like grammar mistakes, please excuse me. I am fluent, but sometimes I struggle to find the right words. and then my Dutch comes up, and yeah, sometimes it's a mess. There, if you're not satisfied with what you have done, like you went over the edge here like I did, just go back and retouch it with the -1, and just maybe with a slightly smaller brush, then just color it back in. Now over here, if I can get there, over here the selection tool didn't select it very well, because sometimes the colors kind of match too much with your background, so it will select that too. But like I said, it's easy to fix. Don't panic. The whole process isn't that like how do you say it? It's not that much of a big deal, but sometimes you can get a little frustrated because sometimes it won't really go the way as you want it to be. But just take a deep breath. Don't worry about how it looks right now. You're only practicing. I'm still practicing as well. Definitely. So no worries there. Nothing has to be perfect, as well as I always tell people when they think their editing style isn't great or they feel like their sim isn't that pretty, I always say you have your own little edit style, your own style as in Sims, and you shouldn't feel like you have something ugly going on or you feel like you're not up to par with everyone else. Now sometimes because of Sims, the hair, especially like alpha hair or always alpha hair, the kind of like built-in depth of field like messes up the hair here, as you can see. I won't be showing you how I do that in this video, but I will be showing you how I kind of edit the hair as minimalistically as possible, because I do not like edit hair as much on my Simstagram pictures. But maybe in the future I will show you how I do more of a sophisticated edit like I do on my actual account, simply Polaroid Sims. Okay, now as you can see, kind of check for like red spots, as here I can see one here, right there. Oops, wrong one. Right there. Just check for any flaws. Right here, still a little red line. Of course, I'm very much a perfectionist. You don't have to be this OCD like with the whole lines, but if I see one little red streak that's not like in place, I am not satisfied with the whole picture or how the blur turns out. So please, by any means, you don't have to mimic me, but of course if you feel the same about some of this as I do. Go right ahead, take your time. Don't rush it. There. I'm satisfied with that. Okay. Now you click OK. And you will see like a little dotted line here. I do see like I accidentally left out a little spot here, but that's fine. As long as it's a small spot. Okay. While you have that selected, you are duplicating your layer 2 times. And once you are on your upper layer, click on this one, like a square with a black circle, and it'll make a mask. Now, go on your second layer, hold Control, and click on the mask, and it will select it again. Then you go back to select a mask here, and right here, Shift Edge, it will widen the selection a little bit. So that way, when we press OK and right click on the selection, you will click Fill and select Content Aware right here. OK. We'll show you what it does as soon as it's done. Okay. Then just unselect that one. And if you hide your upper layer, you can see that it made this. As you can see, it kind of did these weird black spots because of her hair. You might want to widen the shift edge like we did just now, but for now, I'm satisfied with it because you don't really see it when you unhide the layer. And with that, we go to Filter, Blur. Make sure you have your second layer selected, by the way. Lens Blur. Just play with the radius. If you want to have like an extremely blurred out background, that's fine. I usually go with at least 11 or 14. It's a small blur. It's like not that noticeable, but I also always do blur, motion blur. I have it on angle 1 and distance 2 pixels. So basically the motion blur will go horizontally and the motion blur won't be as noticeable either, but I don't know, you can't really see it, but to me it kind of gives a little more of the blurring effect and it doesn't look so unnatural, if you get what I mean. Anyway, so that's how I do my background blur. This video was short, but I wanted to do a short video for my first video ever on this channel. So anyway, I hope you guys are staying safe in this time, and I will see you in the next one.